Morning Presbyterian Village. It's Mac here, the Wellness Coordinator, ready to take you through a little rise and stretch to just get you up and get you moving, getting the blood flowing, getting some nice stretches in to feel loose and ready to attack the day. So we'll start off as we do with every class with a warm-up to get our muscles primed for those stretches. As I said before, we don't want to just pull a rubber band out and then yank at it just like we would for our muscles. We don't want to do that. We want to warm it up first. That's what we want to do with our muscles, warm them up and then stretch them out. After the warm-up, we'll go into some standing upper body stretches. And then from there, we'll take it into some standing lower body stretches. So having that chair nearby in case we need it for balance will benefit us. But we're going to start off with our warm-up, just doing a little bit of marching, opposite arm, opposite leg, just moving the body. Very good. From there, wider stance with our legs so we can do some heel kicks. You can hold onto the chair if you need it, kicking that heel up and back towards your glutes, going side to side, just stepping. The wide stance is going to help us keep our balance, stepping and raising that heel up behind us. Very good. From there, bringing our hands together in the middle. And then we're just going to twist our core side to side, warming up. Very good. From there, we're going to move in to raising one arm up and reaching back, the other arm reaching down and back, and then we'll switch, just going back and forth, reaching down and back, reaching up and back, opening up the chest, warming up the shoulders. Very good. Bringing those arms out at shoulder level, crossing up, basically giving yourself a hug. Coming back out and doing the same thing. Just switching the arms over one another. Very good. Back to that marching. We got one more round through. Just warming up the body, getting ready for those stretches. Wider stance for the heel kicks to maintain our balance as we kick the heel up and back behind you. Stepping side to side. Very good. Bringing those hands together in the middle, twisting the core side to side. Very good. From there, we're going to go into some forward and backs. We're raising one arm up, the other arm reaching down and back, and then switch, going back and forth. Very good. From there, our final move in the warm-up, our arms are out at shoulder level, coming in together, giving yourself a hug. Coming back out, switching those arms over one another. Very good. Bringing those arms down. All right, so we should feel warm, and our muscles should feel ready to be stretched now. We're going to work our way from head to toe, starting off with our neck. And we're going to stretch out our neck as we turn our head to our right, looking down at that right shoulder, and then gently pulling towards that shoulder, getting a nice little stretch in our neck. Nothing too intense, of course. We want to be delicate with our neck. And we'll release. Turn your head to your left shoulder, looking down and gently pulling that way. And we'll release. Very good. Now let's just roll those shoulders, shrugging up towards the ears and then rolling them down and back. This always feels nice for our traps, upper back, and shoulders. Very good. From there, bring those arms out at shoulder level, reaching as far back as you can, then bringing those hands behind your head for our prisoner stretch here as we bring our elbows back, opening up the chest, and just holding on to it. Bringing those elbows in and down. Bring that right arm up above the head. Back behind your head. If we can hold out here, great. And if we can add a little bit of tension by pulling down on that elbow, awesome. And we'll release there, switching arms. Same thing on the other side, just gently pulling down that elbow, stretching out the triceps. And we'll release, bringing that right arm across the body for one of my favorite stretches. Always feels nice to pull in that arm and stretch out that shoulder. Very good. We're going to release that arm out and switch sides. And we'll release there. Bringing that right hand forward, we're going to gently pull back on those fingers, stretching out the forearms. And we'll release, do the same thing on the other side, that left hand's forward, we're gently pulling back those fingers, stretching out. And we'll release there. We're going to go through those same stretches one more time before we move on to the lower body and the core a little bit. So turning our head to our right shoulder, looking down, and gently pulling down that in that direction. And we'll release, turning our head the other way, looking down and gently pulling towards our left shoulder. And we'll release there, very nice. Taking it into those shoulder rolls again, so kind of shrugging our shoulders up towards our ears, and then just rolling down and back. Nice job. One more. Very nice. Bringing those arms out at shoulder level. Reaching as far back as you can. Bringing those hands behind your head. Then reaching those elbows back. Opening up the chest. Getting a nice prisoner stretch here. And we'll bring those elbows in. Arms down. Right arm back up. Behind the head. And gently pull down on that elbow. Stretching out the triceps. And release, switching arms. And we'll release there as well. Bringing that right arm across your body, pulling in that shoulder, getting a little stretch in the upper back as well. And we'll switch sides. Pulling that arm in nice and close. And we'll release. Very good. Now we'll get the forearm, that right hand's forward, gently pulling back on those fingers. And we'll switch. And release. Very good. So the upper body should feel nice and relaxed and stretched out as we move and progress on to our core and lower body stretches. We're going to start off going side to side, alternating nice and slow with our legs about shoulder width apart, bringing our right arm up above the head, take it over to the left, return back to the middle, lower down, and switch the arm and side that you're leaning towards. Just going back and forth nice and slow. You're going to feel this stretch in your lat, but also going to feel it in the core. Three more here, raising up and over. Last one, coming up, and take it on over. Very good. So just scooting the chair out of the way as we spread our legs out nice and wide. Our toes are pointed forward. Sliding that right hand down your right leg. Left arm comes up, and we're holding out over to the side for a static stretch here for our obliques. Coming back up nice and slow. Same thing on the other side. Slide that hand down, bring that arm up. Take it over the side. And return back to the center, interlocking those fingers, extending straight out. Arms up, hips forward slightly as our upper body leans back slightly, holding on to that stretch. And coming back, releasing those arms down, keeping those legs out nice and wide. We're going to lunge over to the right side so we feel that stretch in our left hamstring and inner thigh as we kind of come over that right knee, keeping a neutral spine, looking forward, getting a nice stretch. And we're going to shift back to the center and on over to the other side. Nice job. Back to the center. Bring those feet in together. Bringing that chair closer in case we need to hold on to it for balance here. We got two options for our quadriceps. We can either just bend that knee and lower back down, or we can hold on to our foot and bring that knee in next to the other knee and hold on to this stretch here. Remember, each stretch we're doing is between 10 and 30 seconds that we're holding. That's going to give us the most benefits to improve our flexibility. Very good. We're going to release that leg down. Do the same thing on the other side where we're either bending and lowering down, where we're holding onto that foot, bringing the knee in next to the other knee, holding there. You can hold onto a chair if you need it. Maintaining your balance, getting a nice stretch in that right quad. And we'll release that leg down, keeping that chair close. Left leg over your right, toes in line, taking that breath in, and releasing down and out towards those toes. If you can't get down there, that's fine. Just reaching to where you can make it. I can't get all the way to my toes right now. But the goal and hope is that as we do this, the more flexible we'll get, the deeper we'll be able to get into this stretch. Even by the second round, we should feel a little bit more flexible and loose. Taking your time, returning back up. And then we're going to switch those feet. Toes in line. Another breath in. And releasing down and out. Good. Reaching for the toes. And taking your time, coming back up to the middle, where we'll bring both feet together. This one should feel a little bit better. We should be able to get a little bit deeper as we take our breath in. And release it down. Very good. If you can't get all the way to toes, no problem. But this one should feel a little bit better after we just did those two to loosen you up. And we should feel more in our hamstrings here and glutes and our lower back as well. Taking your time, returning back up as we go through those stretches one last time and then have you on your way. Legs about shoulder width apart. We're going to slowly go side to side. Right arm comes up. We lean to the left. And then we'll switch. Left arm's coming up. Leaning to the right. Very good. One more on each side. Very good. From there, we're going to spread those legs out. Nice and wide, toes still pointed forward. Sliding that right hand down your right leg as the left arm comes up. And we hold on to that stretch. Slowly returning to the middle. Same thing on the other side. Sliding down. Arm is up. Holding on to it. Back to the middle. Interlocking those fingers, extending straight out. Bringing those arms up high. Shifting those hips forward as our upper body leans back slightly and holding on to that stretch. Keeping that breathing slow, steady, and consistent through the nose, out the nose. And we'll bring our hips back, lower the arms down. Keeping those legs spread out wide, taking it over to the right, bending that right knee, feeling that stretch in our left leg, our hamstring, our inner thigh, and then just holding on to it, looking forward, keeping that neutral spine. And let's shift our weight back up and over to the other side. And returning to the middle, bringing your feet back in together, closer, bringing that chair a little closer in case we need to hold onto it for balance. Remember our two options here, we're bending that knee, lowering down to stretch out the quad, or we're grabbing onto that foot, keeping that knee in next to your other knee and stretching out. And we'll release that foot down, doing the same thing on the other side, bending and lowering, where we're grabbing onto that foot, pulling that knee in, maintaining that balance, holding onto your chair if you need it. And we'll release onto our final stretch. Bringing that right leg over your left. Those toes are in line. We're taking that breath in. And we're releasing down and out, trying to get just a little deeper than we did on round one. But we're not stressing. We're overreaching here. We're just sinking into that stretch where your body allows. Slowly returning back up, and we're going to switch our legs, keeping those toes in line, taking that breath in, and releasing that breath out as you come down, reaching for those toes, getting just a little bit deeper each time. Taking your time, returning back up, and then bringing both feet together. This one should feel the best. We should be able to get deeper than we did the first round as we breathe in and release down. Reaching for those toes, feeling that stretch. Already feels a lot better than the first round. And taking your time, returning back up. Very nice. Awesome work, everyone. I hope these stretches were nice for you to start your day and you feel a little bit more loose and ready to take on whatever tasks you have. Thank you so much for joining me and have a wonderful day.